Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how I styled my Elsa wig. Warning, I forgot to film some parts, so it might be a bit confusing, but Elsa is a very popular cosplay, so you'll manage with the tutorials online. So first, starting with a reference pic nearby, it's very important to have a reference pic, and turn into an egg. And this is the spray I'm using. It says Max Hold or Stronghold, something like that. Make sure it's a strong spray. And this wig is a lace front wig from I Want a Wig. It's a very good wig and a very good website. Now just make sure the wig is centered on your head and the two sideburn flaps are where they're supposed to be. This is such a gorgeous wig. I really recommend that website, #notspawn. And I'm just trying to detangle it a bit because I tangle it. And now I'm trying to pin it down so it won't move, but that didn't really work, so ignore that part. And now I'm just going to part the wig a bit and play with how I want it to look, like how I want the top of the wig to look. And then I am separating those parts and from the rest of the hair to make sure that I work on them only and to make sure that I have enough hair in the back for the braid to look as thick, with 2 C's as I want it, as thick as I want it. And this braid is not the braid that will be on the finished wig. This is just a braid to separate the hair from the front of the hair and to see how generally the styling looks with the braid. We will braid it later, like braid it with a French braid and everything. And now I am just starting to cut away, and if you've seen my basic hairstyling, basic wig styling, you'll see how I cut my wigs. I can link it down below. And I'm just separating the sideburns and cutting them. And cutting some random pieces to make it look more natural. I'm really going on the natural route with this wig because I really want it to look like less Disney and more majestic, like, I don't know. And I am just doing stuff, yeah! No, I'm separating the other sideburn and cutting it. And if you haven't seen my basic wig styling, you will not know that I'm using sort of a cutting technique that is like cutting up and down instead of straight across. It's much better for natural wigs and it's much better for wigs. And now I'm just separating the top part with making it sort of triangular, as you can see, just taking some pieces from the front. And I'm just saying how I want it to look and how I want it to stand, and yeah. And then I am going to cut it down and twist it a bit. And wait a minute. Alright. Can you see that I haven't watched this video before? And yeah, I am doing this. I'm cutting it down, and yeah. And cutting down the other part. And remember, you can always cut more, but you can never cut less. Like, always cut less than you think you'll need, because adding hair is very, very, very difficult and almost impossible, but cutting more is like, you can always cut more. And now I am just cutting down a few random pieces from the front, a few small pieces to make it look more natural and like to have some interesting thing about, I don't know. And yeah, some more small parts and just random tiny spikes to make it look more natural and cuter. And I'm just holding back the hair to see how it looks, and I'm very happy with it. Boom, lighting change. Yeah, I just turned on the lighting so you guys can see the top of the wig, because it's very hard to see a white wig with this lighting. Yeah, now finally time for spray. I am going to spray the back of the front top part and just style it a tiny bit. And yeah, now I'm just cutting it down a bit and spraying the sides of it so it'll be separate from the rest of the hair, because I really want those parts to be separate from each other like it is on the cartoon. Yeah, now I'm just styling it with my hands and cutting out more parts to make it look more natural. How many times am I repeating the words more natural in this video? Yeah, now I'm doing this for the rest of the wig and for the other part. And spraying more and more and more. You'll need a lot of spray for this wig. And I'm doing the same on the side parts, and just looking at the reference picture and trying to do the part over the ear like it is on the reference picture, and cutting down more small pieces to make it look more natural, and twisting this part and spraying it so it'll be like a swoop, and pinning it? No, yeah, I think I'm spraying it then pinning it. Yeah. Ooh, look at that swoop thing. And cutting down the sideburns even more, and cutting down even more small parts, and there's more things and stuff. Woo, styling wigs, I'm a professional. Now I'm trying to like separate this tiny part here. I don't know how you call it in English, but that doesn't really work, so ignore that part. You'll see how I did it later on a wig head. As you can see, I am going more based on some fan arts rather than the official art, because I really like the fan arts making Elsa look more like magical and her hair more natural and swoopy than the very clean look of the official art. And now I took off my glasses because I need to style sideburns, and I took a tiny mirror because I can't see, and I'm just cutting down and spraying the sideburns. It's very important if you want them to stay still. And finally, time for the wig head. This was literally like an hour. I am just putting the wig on the wig head and pinning it down. Ooh, background noise. Okay, now kind of I'm just spraying these parts to make them look to make them stronger, and ignore this part. I'm just I tried to French braid the wig on the sink, but that didn't work because the wig head just kept falling, so I just braided it like on the floor. So I didn't film it, but just if you don't know, just look up how to do a French braid on YouTube and you'll learn. Like it's pretty easy. Now, finally, the little part thing, forehead thing, I just pinned it down on my foam wig head and I sprayed it with hairspray to make it very, very strong. That's it for the styling. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'm sorry if this wasn't very helpful. I'm just DM me if you need some help. I'll be happy to help. And yeah, this is with the makeup. Oh, for the snowflakes, I'm sorry I didn't film the process, but I just poured strips of hot glue onto white paper. When they dried, I peeled them off and cut them down and just glued them into shape. And after that, I glued glitter onto them and glued them to hairpins. Yeah. That's it. I'll be wearing Elsa to AnimeCon in Ramat Gan in a few weeks. So yeah. Bye.